Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble with your readings for November the 12th through November the 18th. And welcome. Thank you. If you haven't been here before, welcome. I really hope you enjoy these readings and I hope that you'll come back and watch them again. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you, guys. You are amazing. Thank you for all the new subscribers I got last week and all the wonderful comments and shares and likes and views. It was definitely a lovely week. And I just want to say, guys, this is a general reading. So please just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. These readings are, for the community as a whole. So they're not for everybody. There may be small parts in the reading that's for you. So if it resonates with you, amazing. Please leave me a comment and like the video. And if it doesn't, then please come back or check out your sun, moon and rising, because these are also very poignant, your sun, moon and rising. And there may be a message there for you. Now, these are general readings, like I said, and if you would like a personal reading, and around this time of year, I usually do the 12-month readings. And if you sign up for my newsletter, you will get a really good discount on that right now. I'm just saying, guys, all the information is in the show more section below. You'll get the links to all the other videos in that section below. Sometimes it takes me a little while to update that as I'm uploading the videos. It takes me a couple of days. So if you'd like a personal reading, and I love giving personal readings, please click on this link here. Now, guys, it takes me a lot of time, especially with this new format where I do the horoscope before, and then I do the tarot readings. So it's a lot of work. It's a day just to write the horoscopes for 12 signs, and then I have to video them, and that takes a couple of days to video, and then I have to upload and edit, and then have them posted on. Anyway, it takes me about 4 days. So it would be really nice if you could check out my Patreon page right here and perhaps, donate a one-time donation or a regular donation of $1, $2 a month. It's not a lot, but it is huge for me and it does pick up. And what I do is I have different tiers, reward tiers, and I'm changing that. And I'm going to put some different things and I post things on there that I only post for my patrons, that I don't post anywhere else. So you get a behind the scenes look, you get a little bit of inside my life and my inspirations, and anyway, blah blah blah. So let's go to your readings. There's a lot going on this week. Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your reading for November the 12th through November the 18th. It is very late, or I should say early on Saturday morning, and I am tired. My voice is a little croaky. Please forgive me if I make any mistakes. I'm on the verge of falling asleep. Anyway, Gemini, here's your horoscope for this coming week. There may be changes in your friendships or your relationships. You could have mood swings because you have Mars moving into Pisces, and that, you can't get ahead, you may not be able to achieve your goal, which is going to make you kind of frustrated, somewhat. Now at work, you may find it hard to concentrate, and that's Neptune. You may suddenly say something out of the blue at someone that offends them, or and that could change your relationship with them. It could be a partnership, it could be a business partnership, it could be a client, it could be a co-worker or colleague. but so I have a feeling that your relationships are going to change in some way. Now, perhaps at work, somebody may offend you. It could be the other way round. There's some kind of miscommunication going on, and that is Mercury retrograde traveling through your area of partnerships and relationships. So, and it can be partnerships of all kinds. You know, it can be a relationship, it can be friends, it can be, you know, any kind of relationship. Now, perhaps you weren't even listening to someone and they got offended for that. It's, you know, it's very, look, Venus goes direct through your house of romance, which is good news. It's like, break out the bolly, darling. Get that champagne out. Things are looking good. Now, this is your house of romance and creativity. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could kind of combine those two things together, like go on a romantic date that's kind of creative, you know, like a cooking class, or maybe one of those drunk paint classes, or something where you can incorporate creativity and romance. You know, I think that this would really help with the energies and carry you through relatively unscathed. And I think with your charm and your charisma, I think you will definitely get through this week triumphantly. Now, let's go to your cards. And the first card out for you is the Ace of Cups, darling. The Ace of Cups, you know, look, this particular deck, it's definitely the gift of sight, right? The third eye. And that is very what's going on this week. You're going to be intuitive. Don't ignore your gut feeling at all, because it's all enhanced this week, your intuition and psychic ability. So don't ignore that gut feeling. Go with it. You know, it's there for a reason. It's telling you something. Listen to it. And look, clarifying it, you've got the Page of Swords. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is a messenger, right? And this messenger is very kind of cutting. He delivers the message, and he kind of delivers it without tact and without kind of empathy or compassion. Now, it's the truth, but you want to reject it because the way this is delivered, I have to take these glasses off. The way this is delivered is one of those ways where you're like, I don't want to listen to that. How dare they say that? But this, and I'm getting this so strongly, that this is a truth that you need to hear. You may not want to hear it. You may not want to look at it, but own what you can of it. Really retreat and look at it and own what you can, because the truth in this message is going to take you to the next level of your life, Gemini. So don't ignore this, and don't reject this message, because it's one of those things you want to kill the messenger, right? Now, the next card out for you is the Three of Wands. A Three of Wands is Jupiter. This is Jupiter, darling. And Jupiter just moved into Sagittarius, right? So it's like, freedom, born free, right? This is expansion. This is asking you to make long-term optimistic plans. This guy's on the edge of the cliff, and he's waiting for his ship to come in. He's not waiting as in longing for it. He's looking for it on the horizon because he knows it's coming any minute. It's not faith. This is knowledge. So this is about seeing an optimistic future. It's asking you to look at expansion. It's asking you to make plans in an optimistic way for the future. And I'm not talking a few months. I'm talking 5, 10, 15 years. And look, clarifying is the Four of Cups. This is a crossover from another reading, I tell you. The Four of Cups is definitely Neptunian, right? He's not looking. He's kind of upset that something hasn't turned out the way he wants it to have turned out. Maybe he's upset over this truth. Maybe he doesn't like this truth. But he's missing the gift in the moment. He's missing it because he's so taken up with disappointment over something that's really not important. And he's focusing on the wrong thing. He's not focusing on what he has. He's focusing on something that he can't have. Let that go, Gemini. It's like you've got to move on. And I always think about this coming into the present moment. So if you don't come into the now, you're going to miss, you're going to miss the opportunity. That's it there in front of you. You're not seeing it. Sometimes I remember, sometimes you have to look for the opportunities. When you look for them and you expect them, you see them. And you think to yourself, wow, they were there all the time and I never saw it, right? Because I was so in the problem. And I was a person that used to be in the problem a lot. You couldn't tell me anything. Oh, I've done it. I've tried everything. I've done this. And I get clients now. And they say, I've tried everything and I've done everything. And no, and it's so funny because that is being so closed off to any possibility. And there's infinite possibilities. My son sometimes goes, I had no choice. I said, there is always a choice. Look, Thelma and Louise jumped off, drove off that cliff. That was their choice, right? They could have gone to jail, but they didn't. They went out. They flew. I mean, there is always a choice. That's what I'm saying. There's some preferable choices and some not so preferable, but there's always a choice. You always have that choice. Now, the next card that you have is the Fool, darling. This is, look, he's dancing around. This is like a leap of faith. This is about having pure blind faith. And look, change is coming, right? Change is inevitable, and this is a definite week of change for us this week. But this is saying, look, the Fool's energy is like, oh, wow, I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm so excited, And really, we're like, when the change comes, we're in fear. We're like, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen next. What am I going to do? So you want to be in the Fool's energy, right? You want to be in the thinking of it as an adventure. Life is a perception. Life is how you see it. You can change that perception to be exciting and adventurous, and you can ride the crest of that wave. Uranus is a wave bringing you into the present moment, right? It's a wave and it's taking you somewhere. It's usually always better in the end. You know what I say? Listen, it's always okay in the end. And if it's not the end, if it's not okay, then it's not the end. I messed that up, didn't I? It's always okay in the end. So if it's not okay, it's not the end. Hang in there, darling. But this is about really riding the crest of the wave. It's about, embracing the change. It's about seeing the change as an opportunity and exciting. And you never know what's going to happen. So now the next, I'm also getting for this, don't make rash decisions, right? Because he will just run in. So yes, be excited about the change, but don't make rash decisions. Don't rush. Don't jump off the cliff. Don't jump off the cliff. You can't fly. He thinks he can do anything. He thinks he can fly. Climb down. Take the path down. Now clarifying it is the Queen of Swords. And look, the Queen of Swords, she's really can cut through the crap, I like to say, because, she's got the sword held high. She can see through to a person's soul, not because she's intuitive, but because she studied people. She knows she knows when they're telling the truth. She knows when they're lying. But she tackles things from the intellect, right? So this is what I'm saying. You've got to think before you make a move. Don't just jump at something. So you might have an opportunity, but, consider it. And she's also the truth seeker. And she also delivers the truth in a not very nice way. Now, her intention isn't to hurt someone. She doesn't mean to hurt anyone. She wants you to better you. She's doing you a favor. She's telling you the truth so you can be better and move forward and be the best that you can be. So sometimes you need to know that truth. And, it's hard sometimes. Now, this could be somebody else coming in. If this is you, then soften the way. And sometimes we have to think, do they really need to know this truth? Is this truth helpful to them? Or is it hurtful? And that's what I think you have to ask yourself.